In this video, we will review the circles unit. So let's look at number 1. Find the measure of angle DC or arc DC. If the measure of angle A is 36, and the measure of arc BC is 150, what is the measure of arc DC? What you can do is you can first find the measure of arc DB, and then after you find the measure of arc DB, you can subtract this and 150 from 360 to find the measure of arc DC. So let's start by finding X first. The angle A is an angle outside the circle. So angle A is big arc minus small arc divided by 2. So let's set up the equation. 36 minus equals, so the angle is equal to the big arc minus the small arc divided by 2. So in order to solve this, you cross multiply and you get 72 is equal to 150 minus X. You subtract 150 from both sides, so you get negative 78 is equal to negative X, which means that X is equal to 78. So that means that the measure of arc BD is 78. And then to find the measure of arc DC, I can do 360 minus 78 minus 150, and I can get that to be 132 degrees. So in this question, we use the two rules that the angle outside the circle is half the difference of the intercepted arcs. Then we use the rule that the sum of arcs in a circle is 360. Now let's move on to number 2. If I look at segment, so line segment, this means line segment MH. So line segment MH is a chord because the two endpoints of MH lie on the circle, so this is a chord. And this chord is actually going through the center O, so that is also a diameter. Keep in mind, a secant is a line that extends in all directions, in both directions. MH is a line segment, so secant does not work. A semicircle is actually an arc named by 3 different letters, and a radius starts from the center to the edge of the circle. So the only correct answers are B and C. Now if I move on to number 3, now I need to know what arc MXH is. MXH. As you can see, it starts, the endpoints of this arc are the endpoints of a diameter. So then this is a semicircle. Keep in mind that a semicircle has a measure of 180. A major arc has a measure of greater than 180, and the minor arc has a measure less than 180. A major arc is named by 3 letters. A minor arc is named by 2 letters. So this is for the first page of the review. Let's move on to number 4. So you're given an equation and you're supposed to write the equation in the form of x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. So the first thing you need to do is to get the x's together. So x squared plus 18x plus something to make it a perfect square, and then y squared plus 6y plus something, and then move the negative 31 to the other side, so by adding it. Now if you look at 18 divided by 2 is 9. So we need to complete the square, and then 9 squared is going to be 81. So you add 81 to both sides of the equation. So the first perfect square is going to be x plus 9 to the power 2. If you actually FOIL this, you will get x squared plus 18x plus 81. That's how you can check your work. Now, if you move on to 6y divided by 2, that's 2. You square that, you get 4. So you add 4 to both sides of the equations. Again, that will be y plus 2 to the power 2. So whatever you divide, so 18 divided by 2 is 9, so that goes here. And 6 divided by 2, that's 3. So I made a mistake over here. Let's fix that. So 6y divided by 2 is a 3. and 3 squared is a 9, so I need to add 9 to both sides of the equation. So that's going to be 3 over here. And if you add 31 plus 81 plus 9, you will get 144, I think. So let me double check. You get 121. So then if you want to find the radius and the center, keep in mind that that's going to be x minus h, so you take the opposite of those two. So the center is going to be -9, -3, and the radius is going to be the square root of 121, which is 11. So then the correct answer for this part is going to be C. Now let's move on to number 5. Now keep in mind that an angle that is inside the circle is going to be equal to half the sum of the intercepted arc. So we cannot solve for x right away. We have to find that angle first. So let's call this y. So in order to solve y, I have to add the intercepted arcs, which is 168 plus 40, and I need to divide that by 2. And that will give me 104 degrees. But you're not done. You found this angle. Now, x and y form a straight angle. They form a straight line. So x plus y is equal to 180. So to solve for x, you subtract y from 180. So 180 minus 104 is equal to 76 degrees. So 180 minus 104 is 76, and that would be the correct answer. Now let's move on to number 6. Now remember, there's a rule that tells me that the congruent chords intercept congruent arcs. So then y is going to be 94. Then I need to find this arc. Keep in mind that the sum of arcs in a circle is going to be 360. So to find the green arc, I can do 360 minus 94 minus 94, and that would give me 172 degrees. So that's the green arc. Now I'm supposed to find the measure of angle Z. Angle Z is an angle between a tangent and a chord. So that is equal to half the intercepted arc. So angle Z, the measure of angle Z, is equal to 172 divided by 2, and that's 86 degrees. So we used 3 different rules in this problem. Rule number 1 is that congruent chords intercept congruent arcs. The sum of arcs in a circle is 360, and the angle between a tangent and a chord is half the intercepted arc. Now let's move on to number 7. Now, angle x is an angle outside the circle. So I need to find the intercepted arcs. I know that this is an intercepted arc and has a measure of 248, and this is the other intercepted arc. Now, the two arcs form a full circle. So to find the smaller intercepted arc, I do 360 minus 248, and that will give me 112. Now, there are 2 different ways to solve this problem. Now, to find x, I can say that x and the small arc add up to give you 180. These are supplementary angles. So if they ever give you the small arc, you can subtract that from 180 to find x. And then x is equal to 68 degrees. That's one way. Or you can say, since x is an angle outside the circle, so the measure of angle x is going to be the big arc minus the small arc divided by 2, and you will get to that to be 68 degrees. This is just a shortcut that you can use, but if you forget that rule, remember that the angle outside the circle is big arc minus small arc divided by 2. Now in number 8, I'm supposed to find the measure of arc AC. Now remember that I'm not given that any chord is equal to the other, so I cannot assume that they are equal. They are not equal. I cannot say that this is 118, so this is 118. So what I can do though is I can see that this is 48, and that's an inscribed angle. and an inscribed angle has the vertex on the edge of the circle, and that will be equal to half of the intercepted arc. So in order to find the measure of arc AB, I can multiply 48 by 2, and I can get that measure of arc AB is going to be 48 times 2, which is 96 degrees. So if this is 96 and this is 118, I can subtract 118 and 96 from 360 to find the measure of arc AC. Is equal to 360 minus 96 minus 118, and that will give me 146. So the measure of arc AC is 146 degrees. Now let's move on to number 9. Now 52 is an angle outside the circle, so it will be equal to the big arc minus the small arc divided by 2. So I don't know what the small arc is, so that's going to be x. However, the big arc is a semicircle and it will be 180 degrees. So I can set up an equation and say that 52, which is the angle outside the circle, it's equal to 180 minus x divided by 2. You multiply by 2 and you get 104 equals 180 minus x. You solve for x and you get x is equal to 76 degrees. So if this is 76, the angle M is an inscribed angle because the vertex of the angle is on the edge of the circle. So the measure of angle M is equal to half of the intercepted arc, which is 76. And half of 76 is going to be 38 degrees. So this is 38. In number 10, the diameter of a circle. So I'm going to sketch a circle for you to see it. The diameter of a circle. I'm going to sketch a diameter. And remember, a diameter actually goes through the center of the circle. So so this is not drawn to scale, but this is like negative 413, and this is 25. And I need to find the equation of this circle. So definitely to find an equation, I need a center and I need a radius. Now keep in mind that the center is the midpoint of the 2 points of the diameter. So I can use the rule that tells me that x1 plus x2 divided by 2 and y1 plus y2 divided by 2. And that would give me the center, which is the midpoint of the diameter. So this is your x1, y1, and this is your x2, y2. So negative 4 minus, negative 4 plus 2 divided by 2. So negative 4 plus 2 divided by 2. And then 13 plus 5 divided by 2. So negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2 divided by 2, that's negative 1. And 13 plus 5 is 18 divided by 2, it's 9. So that's the center. So if I'm going to start write the equation, remember it's x minus h, so x minus negative 1, so x plus 1, since this is h and this is k, squared, plus y minus k squared. So the only one that matches this is D. So I know that D is the correct answer. However, I would like to solve for the radius. So you would learn how to do it in case it's not that easy to select the correct answer. You can actually use the equation of the circle. So x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. Again, the center, which is in this case negative 1, 9, is going to be your h and k. And you can choose one of the endpoints, either 2, 5 or negative 4, 13. I'm going to choose 2, 5, and that's going to be my x and y. So I just fill in the things I know. So x, which is 2, minus h, which is negative 1. So minus negative 1, that's going to give me plus 1 squared, plus y, which is 5, minus the k, which is 9, squared. That's going to give me r squared. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 squared is 9. 5 minus 9 is negative 4. And if you square that, that's going to give me 16. So r squared is equal to 25. So the equation of the circle is going to be x plus 1 squared plus y minus 9 squared equals 25. So you can actually use the equation of the circle, or you may use the distance formula to help you find the radius. Now, I hope that this video was helpful and you were able to review all of the concepts in a circle. There's only one concept that I didn't see in here, which is basically the central angle. So if you have a circle and the vertex of an angle is at the center, then the measure of this angle is equal to the intercepted arc. So if the arc is 30 degrees, then the angle would be 30 degrees as well. So with that, I would have reviewed all of the properties that you have learned in the circles unit.